Alright guys, Bludgerboy here to play some more Ratchet and Clank 3. This is gonna seem a bit weird. Basically what happened was I recorded 4 episodes of this, but I skipped this part. I skipped doing the Galactic Ranger mission, and I just went straight on to Dax, then the level after that, and so I kind of went a bit, I skipped ahead. So the episode after this is gonna sound like the episode where I come back from not having done a recording for ages. And I'm like, oh, I haven't done a recording for 2 months, but this has been recorded after that, but chronologically in the game goes before it. So in case it sounds weird, that's why. At this point, I've lost interest in trying to fix it. Or redoing the commentary or anything else. There's that lag again. Seems to have a problem rendering clouds. Clouds seem to be difficult to render in this port. At least it's not as laggy as Ratchet Gladiator, good god. I'll talk about that in an episode in the future. In my past, but in your future. It's bad. But, speaking of bad, I was at uni yesterday, and a friend of mine sent me a text saying, you should come over to building 67. There's this creationist exhibition. I'm like, what? There's a what? And she said there's creationist billboards up, like these, like it's an art display. It's not even branded as like a information thing or an information booth or a presentation. It's an art display. That's what the university has branded it as. I'm like, what the fuck? I was so confused, because I'm like, I live in Australia, right? And the creation-evolution debate is not a debate over here. It just isn't. We don't have it taught in, at least state schools. I went to a state high school and I wasn't taught creationism at all. I was taught evolution just as this is the way science is, end of story, no real arguments there. I can't say the same for private schools. I'm not sure how they work. Schools that aren't governed by the state, because they don't have to adhere to the state curriculum. So maybe they do get away with it. But I mean, even then, most of the private schools are Catholic schools, and the Catholic Church accepts evolution anyway, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. Protestant ones may be a bit more concerned. But it wasn't even just creationism, it was young Earth creationism. Earth is 6,000 years old type shit. I'm like, oh, good god. What the fuck? I'm just like, this is a university. What is happening? This is not academic in any sense of the word. How the fuck are they getting away with this? How? This is not true. It's garbage. It's fucking vile, disgusting, wrong shit. What the fuck? Oh man, and it was just so wrong. Like even on a philosophical level, forget science. On a philosophical level, it was wrong. Because I took pictures of these. I won't put them up on the screen because they're very small. Or they're very big pictures, such if I put them up on the screen, they'll be way too small and too hard for you to read. But I'll link to an how do you pronounce it? Is it Imgur or Imgur? I-M-G-U-R. Imgur album, where you can look at all of them. There's an extra one that I found on the guy's website, because I took pictures of them. The pictures didn't come out that well, but I found them all on the guy's website, so that I have the originals available for you to look at. And I posted them to the atheism subreddit. They didn't get very much attention, but oh well. It is the nature of Reddit, really. Some things get attention. Oh, why am I shooting him? He's on my team. Oh, so the creationism's ruining my mind. I'm still doing it. What the fuck am I doing? The red dots are over here. What am I doing? God, it's ruining my mind. It's making me attack my friends. See what creationism does? It turns us against ourselves. Shit. Yeah, so I'll link you to the originals. There was one on his site that wasn't on display at my uni, but I downloaded it anyway because it was just that bad. It had like, you either do believe in God or don't believe in God. We can split up beliefs according to this dichotomy. And it had like, under non-theism, it had like atheism, which is, yes, that's correct. Agnosticism. Not necessarily. Agnosticism is a position on knowledge, whether you can know God exists or not. If you're Gnostic, you believe you can know, and if you're agnostic, you believe you can't know. You can have Gnostic theists, Gnostic atheists, agnostic theists, and agnostic atheists. They're not mutually exclusive at all. So you can be a non-believer and an agnostic, but you don't necessarily have to be. So that categorization is wrong. Then it had Marxism. Fucking what? Marxism is an economic and political theory. It's got fuck all to do with religion. Very little to do with religion. Karl Marx was an atheist and was very critical of religion and its effect on society, most certainly. But you don't have to be a fucking non-theist to be a Marxist. Then it had existentialism, which is like you have to find your own meaning in shit. Again, that's got nothing to do with theism, or atheism, or non-theism. Skepticism, that's just questioning shit. That's just questioning stuff. That again has very little to do with whether you believe in God or not. And humanism, which is the moral position that you can deduce morality from purely... Well, not necessarily secular means, because there is secular humanism, which is kind of a subgroup of humanism. Humanism isn't necessarily secularism. There is Christian humanism, which kind of defeats the entire argument that humanism is atheistic or non-theistic, because there's Christian humanism. It exists. Go look it up. It's just... They got fucking 1 out of 6 correct! Non-theism and atheism are linked and kind of, one is a subgroup of the other. But that's it. That is as far as you got in terms of correctness. The other 5 are totally wrong. And to think it's even necessary to split beliefs up by whether they're theistic or non-theistic is kind of stupid in and of itself. Like, theism is the be-all and end-all. It's just the biggest subgroup. It's fucking nonsense. And it also said that non-theists don't believe in the spiritual realm. That's also wrong. It's most of us don't. Most atheists don't believe in the spiritual realm. Most atheists you will find, I think, I could be wrong here, but most atheists I think would be materialists or naturalists, and that they only believe in the physical world, they don't believe in the spiritual world. But you don't have to be. Like, Buddhists, for instance, are not naturalists. I don't think so. They don't have to be. They can incorporate a spiritual element into their beliefs while not believing in a god. Buddha isn't a god. Pretty sure he's not. There are certainly atheistic Buddhist beliefs, belief systems. So they got that totally wrong. And it's just the whole thing around this. And it was so weird because the day before, on the Sunday, before I went to uni on Monday and saw this, my friend told me about it, I was watching Aaron Ra's 12 foundational falsehoods of creationism, which if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's fucking brilliant. You don't have to understand science that much to understand it. And he's very well spoken. I like listening to it just because he's such a great speaker. He's great to listen to. I love the way he talks. He's very intelligent and has a way with words. It's incredible. And I've actually mentioned this before in my Ratchet and Clank 2 LP. I remember talking about this. And I watched it again the day before just by coincidence. And then the next day I see this, and it was kind of just got me in the mood to go, wow, this is just so fucking stupid. Why is this happening at a university of all places? At an Australian university where this isn't even a fucking issue. Really, we don't have this debate here. You don't, most Christians believe in evolution. They believe in God, that God's guiding it, but they still believe in the theory of evolution. And it's just so obvious that this guy does not know what evolution is. Like, they think there's 6 fucking types of evolution. There are 2 types out of the 6 they have correct. There might be more types they haven't mentioned. But they think there's, like, cosmic evolution, which is like evolution of the universe and the Big Bang. The theory of evolution, as it stands, does not comment on where we came from. It only accounts for variation within creatures and natural selection and mutations and things like that. That's all it accounts for. It does not account for where the universe came from. It doesn't even try. It doesn't even have any implications. You will find that many people who believe in evolution believe in the Big Bang. You'll probably find that. But they're not connected. And he kept referring to it as naturalistic evolutionary theory. Like, they put extra words on it to make it sound stupider or more weird than it actually is. They demonize naturalism. Like, there has to be a spiritual element to these things. No, there fucking doesn't. Says who? Any reference to spirituality or God or a supernatural realm is just an excuse for magic. It is a non-answer. It is an argument for ignorance. I don't know, therefore I do know. I don't know, therefore there has to be a spiritual, supernatural answer which we can't examine with our natural faculties. With the 5 senses that we have. We just can't. That means I have no reason to believe in it. And when you're saying stuff like, I have evidence for a global flood, and I believe that all creatures were on Noah's Ark, and Noah lived to be 950 years old, or the fuck, you are seriously in retard territory. Big time retard territory. I cannot get over how bad and wrong that is. It is garbage. Fucking garbage. And I trust no one here believes it. I'm not trying to, I am preaching to the converted. But it was so bad. And I don't know, I don't even know who organized it. I've got no clue who set this up, but it was so fucking bad. I'm just surprised it's at a university. I go to a university. This is tertiary level education. These are scientists with PhDs, a bachelor's in science, masters of science. What are these people getting up to? Where is this coming from? Where is the condemnation? Maybe this is being condemned. I mean, I'm not part of the secular society. I don't read the student magazine. Maybe there is a big outcry over this and people are just going, what the fuck? And I'm just not seeing it. But wow, it was so bad. Oh my god, I can't get over how bad it is. Jesus Christ, it's just so horrible. I honestly was so blown away by the fact that this was even real. You might see a stand-up performance of it. I do plan to criticize it in some form. Now that I've got the originals, I can go through it, but bloody hell. But with that, if I haven't killed myself over this stupidity, I will catch you guys later.